What up, y'all? My name is DJ SPINALL, top boy in the building, and you hanging with my girl, Sheila O. Alpha.
Yo, what's the deal? It's Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky,
and Mike.
The homeboy T-Pain right here.
aka the hot girl coach.
Hey yo, this is Sean Party Girls and Move Around, telling y'all make sure you tune into HowFar.
We're our host.
Sheila O, baby.
Sheila O.
We love you.
Whoa.
Can't wait to see you.
Sheila O. That's where Wyclef Jean feels home. Lord knows. Hey, Sheila, what's good?
Checking in, it's your girl Sheila O. How far? What's up? What going? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe. My guest today is known for his gutsy genre blending mixes and strong visual aesthetics. He has branded his signature style the Cap, which stands for Crazy Ass Party. He's an internationally known DJ and producer, also known as Top Boy. SPINALL had numerous mixtapes and collaborations to his name by the time he released his star-studded 2015 debut album, My Story, while bolstering his credits by producing hits for Kiss Daniels, Wizkid, Mayoku, Burna Boy, Davido, just to name a few. You can never stop on SPINALL, Baba. His style of mixing electronic house music, R&B, hip-hop, and Afrobeat branded him a global ambassador in the Afrobeat genre. DJ SPINALL, how far? It's the Afrozons show, and this is How Far. How far now? What's up? What going? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe. Hope you all social distancing. You already know what this show is about. On this show, we go one-on-one with musical geniuses, entrepreneurs, forward thinkers, positive people with the powers that be. As long as you're hot, you know Afrozons is chopping it up with you. This is where we break superstars. We introduce them and we introduce them over and over again, all right? My special guest today, because you all know I'm still in Lagos, Nigeria, is the one and only superstar DJ SPINALL, aka The Cap, aka Top Boy.
Yes, sir. Yo, that was a wonderful intro, yo.
Well, that's what you are now.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
It's good to see you. It's been a minute.
It's just been it's been forever seeing you, but I'm so glad. Like I always turn on the radio. Who am I listening to? I'm listening to you. But let's go back to the roots, yeah. Let's just jump into your crazy ass successful story, okay? That stemmed from your crazy ass parties.
I know.
All right?
Thank you.
Because people see you and they think, oh, he's just a talented DJ. They don't know that you've been rocking it for many years, putting those very popular parties together. And now that brand is the power name behind your label and your management company. So how were the parties then back in the days?
Thank you. First and foremost, I feel like a lot of people do not understand how we come about our names. True. And people don't think behind the names. So you saying that now wants me to explain, like, a lot of people don't understand what the Cap means. The Cap is a crazy ass party, which is the Cap. That's right. Which is also how we coined out the name for the record label, the Cap Music. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
Parties back then were fun, no lies. Parties back then were nothing but beautiful. You know, people were coming to parties back in the days, regardless of whatever they have in their pockets. You know, it was more of good vibes and people, you know, just want to dance, you know. Today's world don't dance, but it's okay. But, you know, a few things has also changed from the, you know, from the past. Technology has changed. The time people had at their disposal also has changed. You know, so many factors. But I would say that today's parties are the like futuristic stuff. These are the things we're doing today. The last party of your dreams we had in London was the first of its kind from an Afrobeat DJ in Africa. And we sold out SOYO in London. It was my first headline show as well in London. So the parties we're doing now, it's like next level. You know, we're bringing that old EDM energy, the Ibiza energy, like we're not doing energy. Do you understand?
Yes.
We're not doing anything basic anymore. So big shout out to my team. Of course, I have a team of strong, talented individuals behind me, and together we've been able to always forge ahead in whatever obstacles that might come our way.
Beautiful. So we have the Cap, which we now know obviously what it stands for.
Yes, sir.
And then Top Boy. We want to know how that came about. Is that your producer name or how did that originate? I think you
So,
introduced it in 2014.
Yeah, I introduced.
first time?
Yeah, I introduced the cap first because of how I dress.
Yes.
And I think Top Boy is my alter ego, which is actually the guy with the brand, the lifestyle. It's it's like the old. All the shenanigans.
The whole package together. The whole package together.
On a serious note, Top Boy because, contrary to people's opinion that Top Boy are big man, no. Top Boy is basically anybody who is moving against the tides regardless of whatever issues they're facing. Top Boy, for someone who knows me very well, my whole career and game has always been about being dedicated. I don't scheme, I serve, I always serve. I've served so many talents, I'm serving, I'm learning. Look, that's a Top Boy. It's anybody who just wants to take it to the next level, who also want to break careers and barriers and
Yep.
So anybody, you don't have to be rich to be a Top Boy, but you have to be rich here,
Smart.
So Top Boy is anybody who is trying to, take themselves from where they are to the next level, regardless of class, race, or whatever. I believe there are a lot of Top Boys out there too. So.
Okay, but you're the main Top Boy though, okay?
Let's
keep it moving. 2014, you had your first collaboration with Burna Boy.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, ma'am. The first one with Burna Boy. That's a beautiful song.
Burna Boy, beautiful song.
Amazing song.
It opened up the doors.
Oh
you didn't
God.
stop right there. You started messing with all the other OGs. You had songs with David O. You had songs with T was Savage. Your boy Wandeko, who you were a DJ for as well.
I know.
So you just started building and building, okay? Most DJs would just be satisfied just doing their mixtapes, but you've transformed into an A-list artist. Was that always the plan?
Yes, it's always been the plan. DJing was just the starting point to the bigger picture.
Right.
I truly love music. I couldn't have pretended that I love music for this long.
Yep.
I truly love music. I don't treat music from the point of view of just a DJ. I think of music from the point of view of a DJ, a producer, an artist, a fan, a big man. Like from the whole holistic picture of the world. So in my opinion, I feel like making music is just one of my many talents that people are just, probably starting to see. And the plan is to, grow from everything we do.
How do you feel where people refer to you as the Khalid of Africa? Do you take offense to it, or is it something that you say, well, okay,
Yeah.
do you own it, or do you think, well, I'm bigger? How do you feel? Because that's how people refer to you.
Yeah. That's a compliment. Let's not get gassed. That's a compliment. DJ Khalid is a very respectable name in the business. He's done it all. Like, he's paved way for so many DJs around the world. It's not the first to do it, but he's doing it in a special way, and it needs to be commended. Of course, it's a compliment when I hear that people think of me of the Khalid of Africa. But I prefer them, say it's the
Spinal of Africa, right?
But shout out to the OG.
Shout out to you. He's family,
Khalid.
so shout out to you, Khalid. You
Khalid
already
is
know.
true love. Is the definition of, someone who genuinely loves love. And I think I have a lot of some of his personalities as well, because half of the time we get swayed away with so many things that are not important as much as love itself.
Yeah.
So big shout out also to the talents that are working with me in Africa. Making music in this part of the world is very tedious, it's difficult. It takes only a certain few amount of people to be able to do something that the whole world will notice. Like, it's so hard because the structure here doesn't exist, as you know. But big shout out to everybody who is working with me, the talents I'm working with, from the artists to the companies to their managers to their team. Look, shout out to you guys and shout out to my team as well.
How do you manage financial compensations here in Africa? Afrozons is the only Afrobeat show that's nationally syndicated. If I play your tune, you get paid. And it's not me, it's Nelson.
Yeah.
Because we're on major mainstream stations. Do you have that kind of platform here in Nigeria, or is it something that is being worked on?
I think it's currently being worked on in Nigeria. It's been very bad in the past. So many legends didn't get no royalties from the music they made till they died. But I think a few organizations are coming together to work on something out But also my advice to talents is to look beyond here when they're making music. Nigeria is just one country out of so many countries in the world. So look beyond what you can see. Music travels far itself. You know, we're hoping that the government will sit up and get things right.
Pay attention to it, right? Okay, let's talk about the Grace, man. Grace. So, Grace, you tell us, because I'm all about definition, because I believe that for someone to know you, for you to know me, I got to define myself to you. So, the name Grace, why the name Grace?
Grace on so many levels. Grace because my whole career has been nothing but grace.
The grace of God,
I'm not going to come out here and act like I did it all by myself. Grace also because it's my 51, Grace. That's the 5th. Also, the album dropped at a very special year, 2020.
Yes.
I had a baby that year as well.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So, being from I lost some very important people to me too that same year. So it's all been a lot of emotions, different roller coaster of events has happened, and it's all been grace. So
beautiful.
I'm grateful, and I'm just happy to be here.
Okay, the first, I mean, I'm not sure if it's the first single, but I know the first track that we've heard that's doing good numbers on Spotify is This Love. This Love is blown over 7 million and counting on Spotify. Okay, it just keeps going. Oh, I'm coming there. Every time next is also a 7-digit number that's also spinning real hard. That's when you had with Cranium as well. There's also a difference in tempo with both songs, okay? All right, and the one with Cranium every time is more slow. That's a new vibe coming out of the Afrobeats. Was that intentional for you?
Yes, very intentional.
Yeah? Okay, so
very
tell us more about it.
If you look back into my discography, you discover that a lot of the records that we've put out, they never sound alike.
Yep.
And that is very intentional. I'm not trying to make the same music that I make yesterday. So over the years, you know, people know me with the upbeat tempos. We changed that with the music. And people love the mid tempo like Oima, you know, like your DJ, you know. So then we switch things up a bit with Baba, Nowo, then, you know, give people something, you know. So it was all planned, and I'm glad that people love the music. Half of the time it's so hard to make those decisions as well. Because making music, you can easily make a hit from experience, you know, but every time an artist tries to push themselves into doing more, that's just special. And I think it's good to see people receive it well. Especially, you know, when making the record like Every Time featuring Cranium, that's such a hard record to make.
Dope though.
Very hard record to make.
Fire though.
We recorded that in London. I wrote the song as well. I produced the song, and Cranium did justice. Cranium is someone who makes music like effortlessly. He's so talented. It's talented like it's easy. It's on that One Day Call vibe, on that Whiskey vibe, you know, on them Bonner, Davido, you know, it's talented like that. Like it's, you know, and to have an artist who can also understand the direction of the music I'm trying to make, that's a blessing. Because half of the time,
the connection, right?
A few talents do not understand what I'm doing and where I'm going with this. So when you find somebody that does, it's always very special. And it was easy working with him as well. I remember that it was supposed to be at a session for just 2 hours. It stayed longer, and we recorded a few other amazing records that will be housing.
That's real good. And we've had him on the HowFar show. You know, he was a guest, and he also spoke fondly of you as well.
Oh, great guy.
And he talked about your work in ethics as well. So he's really a great guy. But making an album is no joke. You know, you know that it's blood, sweat, and tears. You know, you must have made a ton of sacrifices.
Oh my God!
You know?
Not even during COVID.
I want people. And again, making it during COVID. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yes.
So
it is.
I would like you to share even just one or two of your sacrifices, because I don't want people just looking at you and all blinked out like, I did this. You know, he choke, you know. That's what they say here. I'm asking about the slang. But I need them to know the sacrifices. If there's something you want to share for whoever's watching you to know, like, yo, you're not alone. Like, share one of your sacrifices with us.
I think one of them I would say is just constantly knowing I've always prepared myself for the worst. In as much as I hope for the best. I don't want when hustles come and, you know, challenges come, then you're not doing your shit no more. Like, you must see beyond where you are right now. A lot of people are seeing just today. Like, I'm done with today. I'm done this year with my project. I'm making music for 2024 right now.
That's what's up.
We've had so many,
what's up.
we've done features. So my advice to anybody out there is, don't just always think of right now. There's gonna be 5 years. There's gonna be more. Like, make, long-term plans. So long-term plans also will save you from current day hazards, because you've moved past current day. So when they happen, I like jump and pass.
Yes, yes.
So my other advice is just never fail to put God first.
That's right.
Never fail to put God first, because I feel like I'm not a pastor, not a saint, but
He comes first though.
God.
Yeah, he does. He does it all.
Oh my God.
Hi Sheila, it's your girl Aisha Lee. I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show today. It is such an honor to share the same mic or just to be in a room with you. So thank you, Sheila. I am a clinical massage therapist from Chicago. I am the owner of my own massage business, mobile massage business, Hands on Deck Spa Chicago. Sheila, I have a question for you. With you being an African American female in this entertainment industry, what are some of the challenges that you faced in this industry, and how did you overcome those challenges? People like myself that's coming up in this industry would like to know, how did you overcome those challenges? How did you handle them? And what were some of those challenges? Thank you, Sheila.
Hi, Aisha. How far now? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let me first start by actually listing 2 challenges that I'm having to deal with on a daily basis and still trying to overcome. First one is trying to break Afrobeat into mainstream US radio. Being the first Afrobeat show, Afrozons, that's also nationally syndicated, has been a blessing, but there's more to be done. We're only in 7 markets right now, and we need to be in 50. So having to convince the program directors of most of these mainstream radio stations that, listen, Afrobeat is the future, Afrobeat is the thing, has not been easy. God, there's been enough decks being written, enough pitches, enough presentation and stuff, letting them see the growth, the fact that we're getting nominations with the Grammys. A lot of the categories now, music categories now have a Best African Act, or even when you have a Best World Music Act, is actually dominated by the Afrobeat artist, So that's something that's still ongoing, and I'm still pushing. But what I'm doing is I'm just being consistent. I'm not giving up, because I believe in the movement, and I want to be at the very peak when the bubble busts, because it would bust. Okay, remember how hip-hop started, So that's going to be the story for Afrobeats as well. Another challenge I'm also dealing with personally is, being that my background is that of a booking agent, I've always been in the background of everything, making things happen. It's all about, setting the plot for me, like a game of chess for me. Now I'm having to be in the forefront of things, trying to get pictures with celebrities, trying to get interviews with celebrities, things that I never really had to do as a booking agent. It was what I did for the promoter. You want a picture? Yeah, thanks for bringing us to the country. Now I'm having to wear that hat, and sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm so busy being a booking agent, I forget I have to be, a celebrity as well, or an artist as well, or, it's hard. But consistency, darling, that's the key. I just keep it moving. Thank you.
Hey, good evening. This is Ice. I'm a talent agent, a international music agent. I produce concerts and tours all over the world. And when I think of Africa, I think of Sheila O. We're the same age. We've been both working our butts off the last 20 years to produce some amazing concerts and tours. I'll tell you, I've got some great stories, but Sheila's worked with the best of them. And it's one thing to say you worked with the best of them. It's another thing to say that you brought the best of them to Africa. Mariah Carey, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Kanye West, J. Cole. I mean, the list goes on and on. So my question for Sheila is in reference to Nigeria's presence in the world. Is Nigeria going to emerge as the 3rd great world superpower, fighting for the gold medal? partnering up with the United States culturally and China economically? Or will it be competing with America culturally and competing with China economically? There's really no great reason why China and the United States need to not look at Nigeria as their main competitor, both in population and in GDP, or now with Afrobeat culture. So I'm just curious. I look forward to maybe a time in our future, our children's future, grandchildren's future, where Nigeria emerges as the world's superpower, and I'm interested in hearing your perspective on that. Thanks.
Whoa, that was a real deep question. Thank you so much for that, Ice. How far? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, I'd like to answer this question in two folds, all right? The first one is, would Nigeria ever match up to being a world-leading country in the very near future? Matching up to the likes of China, the Western world, UK, US, Russia, the powers that be, The answer is yes, it can. It can do that. And I'm going to tell you why I say yes. Yes, in the sense that Nigeria is a country that is made up of all kinds of intellect. I'm talking about intellect from different sectors. The business sector, economical sector, social sector, entertainment, sports, science, doctors, you name it, Look at now, the very first woman in African to head the World Trade Organization is Okonji, salute boss, and she's Nigerian. The richest man in Africa, Alhaji Dangote, again, is Nigerian, salute boss. One of the highest players in the NBA, Giannis, who's kind of going toe-to-toe with LeBron James. Forgive me, but it's the truth. He's Nigerian. I could just go on. The list is endless. There's so many that I haven't even mentioned. The guys that recently just sold, they own a company called Paystack, and they sold to Swipe for $400 million US. Tech. Nigerians, I could go on and on. So many that we don't even know. The guy that owns the Gatwick Airport in England, Nigerian. I could just go on. So many. But the problem there is, okay, we have all this intellect, but then we have a very bad government. And that's the truth. If you have intellect and bad government, they don't go together. Because what's happening is this here. The government that we have are currently really old school, corrupt, and don't want the young to be great, in the sense that they keep circling leadership. They keep circling power. So even if they appoint you and give you a position because you're a young person and you're aspiring to do great things, you're still going to be a puppet because you're not allowed to do what you want to do. So as far as I'm concerned, until that corruption disappears and we're able to have a voice, we're able to really practice real democracy, where they say we're democratic but we don't have a voice, like the NSAS movement, I want to say something. I think there's hope just because of how, resilient the youth of Nigeria are today. Kudos to them for the NSAS movement. Kudos to them for wanting to go out there and actually speak up for their rights, regardless of what happens to them. But until we're able to get rid of the old government, okay, and the old ways of doing things in Nigeria, I don't know how soon we can measure up to the Western world. But we have the potentials, we have the population, and we have the heart, and we have the gift, and we have the intellect, okay? Like I said, in every industry, all right, search deep, there's a Nigerian somewhere there, representing Africa as a whole, all right? But until that time happens, we have a long way to go, and that's a fact. Thanks, Ice. Ever think that Afrobeats would ever get to the same power as hip-hop? And do you think it would get there, or do you think it would take over? Because the two genres are cultures and lifestyle now.
Yes.
Dancehall, kind of, no disrespect, has kind of withered away.
Yes.
I don't see them on the charts no more. We struggle to play it. I had that question with Sean Paul as well, and he spoke his truth. It's all about Afrobeats now. Do you think Afrobeats is going to get to that same platform as the hip-hop, Because it's the same kind of story.
I think the mistake we make here is that we're black people. Nigeria is the most populous black nation on the face of the planet.
True, word.
We gave back to hip-hop.
True, word.
Afrobeats gave back to hip-hop. A lot of people just don't deep things. If you really deep it, Jay-Z and these guys and everybody doing it big here, they came from here.
So true, it's home.
They came from here. We are Africa. We are hip-hop. We are music.
That's right.
Everything started from here. So whatever shade it is, the music has fall to, because that's why I don't like genre. I don't like the term genre. I feel like genre is like a box.
Putting in a box like that.
It's like when people say, what kind of music do you make? Is it jollof or eba or chicken? You know, like music should, that genre.
It's universal, it should be spree. It's a spirit.
You know, that's what's stopping our music from actually reaching the world, because somebody said, oh, it's not on the level of hip hop, whereas we're the godfather of hip hop. So there's a lot
I think you've just answered my next question. I was going to ask you about the disconnect between African Americans and Africans, and you're right. Once you take it and you understand that you're from here, and this is Afrobeat is really your music.
Yeah, like
then you wouldn't be trying to like you wouldn't be struggling.
We just need to do it. Well, we also just need to do it in a very authentic manner.
Yeah.
African music is grown so much over the years. Shout out to the legends, you know, the people who have been doing tours in America where there was no press covering it in Nigeria, you know. So I would say that. I would say that I'm happy at where we are right now, and there's no pressure to prove anything to anyone in the world anymore, because as it stands, there's nobody else on the face of the planet that's making better music than Afrobeats right now.
No.
I stand to be corrected, but
period with a T. Period.
You know, I play music worldwide. I've traveled worldwide. I've heard everything, and it's not even because I'm here. At some point, R&B music was killing it worldwide.
Oh yeah.
Better than anybody, anything else, and they're still killing it.
Yeah.
But as today stands, Afrobeat, and it's not just, you know, when we say Afrobeat, it's a lot of music on that. It's not a genre, and it doesn't sound a particular way.
Yeah.
So.
How did you stay financially viable, you know, all through the year 2020, your streams? What were you doing while COVID was hitting hard and you didn't have no live shows? What were you doing?
Yo, that was extremely hard, to be honest with you. And I think that it's not being talked about. Artists didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
A lot of the businesses was ruined, tours were canceled. Yeah. Nobody's calling anybody to compensate anybody. Yeah. Even the government are not thinking about how are these guys
living though. Yeah.
It's like everybody thinks of the banker and the lawyers. Nobody thinks about the DJs who make a living from going to the clubs every day. Like people think clubs is just for having fun. No, it's not just for having fun. There are people that work there, that have families that they are feeding. It's still tough regardless, you know, because money is not everything. And a lot of people always fail to get that. A lot of people that make music, the biggest wealth that they have is their fans. Making people happy, being able to perform in front of people. Some people will make you love the song you're listening to better when you see them perform it live.
So true.
Because a soul can come into the performance. And I've heard so many songs that I never liked until I saw the artist deliver it.
I am so glad to have you. Thank you so much for passing through the Afrozons show with your girl Sheila O. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on How Far. Guys, you already know how we do what we do. Afrozons, the only nationally syndicated Afrobeat show. We'll be playing all SPINALL's jams for you on radio. You already know what to do. And of course, we're also here in Lagos, Nigeria on HIPTV every Friday and Monday, 10:30 p.m. GMT +1. Is Africa to the world. I'm signing out. Sheila O says, stay positive, spread love, tell bad energy to stay far away. SPINALL.
Yes, boss.
One love, baby.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Checking in, it's your girl Sheila O. How far? What's up? What going? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe.